In the age of AI, everyone talks about the brain. They talk about the GPU, they talk about Nvidia, but a brain without memory is useless. A supercomputer that cannot remember data instantly is just a confused calculator. For decades, Micron Technology was seen as a boring, cyclical utility company. They sold digital storage, a commodity. When the economy was good, they made money. When it rained, they bled cash. But something changed in 2024. The world hit a memory wall. AI models became so massive that traditional chips couldn't feed them fast enough. Suddenly, Micron wasn't just selling storage anymore. They were selling speed. We have analyzed Micron's financial filings from the boom of 2021 through the disastrous crash of 2023 to the record-breaking explosion of 2025 and 2026. This is the story of how a company survived a 50% revenue collapse to become the gatekeeper of the AI revolution. Narrator. Let's go back to the post-pandemic boom. Fiscal years 2021 and 2022. Narrator. Micron was flying high. In 2021, they reported $27.7 billion in revenue. By 2022, that number climbed to $30.8 billion. The world needed memory for smartphones, PCs, and cloud servers. Narrator. But look closely at the 10K filings from this era. Despite the profits, Micron was trapped. They were selling DRAM and NAND flash, products that are traded like oil or wheat. Prices fluctuated wildly based on supply and demand. Narrator. They were a price taker, not a price maker. And in the semiconductor industry, if you don't control your pricing, you are vulnerable. Narrator. In late 2022, the warning lights started flashing. Inflation rose. Consumer demand for PCs evaporated. The perfect storm was forming, and Micron was standing right in its path. Narrator. Fiscal Year 2023. This is the year Micron wants to forget. Narrator. The crash was brutal. According to the 2023 annual report, revenue collapsed from $30.8 billion down to $15.5 billion. That is a 50% drop in a single year. It is a catastrophe that would bankrupt most companies. Narrator. They didn't just make less money, they burned it. The net income turned into a massive net loss of $5.8 billion. Narrator. Why? Inventory. They had billions of dollars of chips sitting in warehouses that nobody wanted. They had to write down the value of their own inventory by hundreds of millions of dollars. Narrator. Wall Street wrote them off. Critics said the memory cycle was broken. But amidst this financial wreckage, CEO Sanjay Mehrotra was making a silent, desperate bet. He didn't cut R&D. Instead, he doubled down on a new technology called HBM, high bandwidth memory. Then, the narrative shifted. The AI gold rush began. Fiscal year 2024 saw the recovery begin, with revenue climbing back to $25.1 billion. But the real explosion is revealed in the fiscal year 2025 10K filing. In 2025, Micron generated a staggering $38.1 billion in revenue. This wasn't just a recovery, it was a new record, far surpassing the previous peaks. What changed? Two words: HBM3E. Nvidia's H100 and Blackwell chips are useless without high bandwidth memory. Micron's HBM3E became the fastest, most power-efficient memory on the market. The 2025 filings reveal that their data center revenue grew by triple digits percentages. They were no longer selling a commodity. They were selling a premium, high-margin component that was sold out for years in advance. Now let's look at the most recent signal, the first quarter 10Q for fiscal year 2026. The momentum is accelerating. In just 3 months ended November 2025, Micron reported revenue of $11.1 billion. To put that in context, in the depths of the 2023 crash, they made less than $4 billion a quarter. They have nearly tripled their quarterly output in just 2 years. Gross margins, which had fallen into negative territory during the crash, have roared back to healthy levels over 40%. The filings confirm that their production capacity for 2025 and 2026 is already largely booked by AI hyperscalers. They have pricing power again. From 2021 to 2026, Micron went through hell and back. They survived a 50% revenue collapse, ignored the critics, and engineered their way into the heart of the AI boom. They proved that in the era of artificial intelligence, memory is not just storage, it is fuel. And right now, Micron controls the pump. The risks remain: China trade restrictions and the inevitable cyclical nature of chips, but the financials tell a clear story. Micron is no longer just a memory company. It is a pillar of the future. Thanks for watching this financial deep dive. If you want to understand the numbers behind the tech giants, make sure to subscribe.